Welcome back, dogs and cats, to Crunch Time, where we're in the kitchen talking plating up. Now, when we're plating up, there are lots of different rules that we look at because we eat with our eyes, so you want the food to look good. Now, Lucia, Dom, we've got 3 plates here. What would be a typical dinner plate that you'd go for?
Vegetables, like a meat component, and I don't know, a dip or something.
Nice, good.
Sauce.
That's very chefy. Bit of, yeah.
I would have water and sausages, maybe, and mashed potato, vegetables.
A fine choice,
Good,
sir.
Dom. Good.
Excellent. So you wouldn't want to put all those sausages and vegetables and mash on a little plate, would you? No. So this plate, it's too small. Hand it over. And what about that plate there? Do you think that...
Too big.
Too big? How come?
I'm not really sure. It just looks too big.
Well, it would totally be too big. And let's face it, if you put 4 or 5, 6 of these on the table to have dinner every night, it'd be quite a lot of washing up.
Squishy.
It's very squishy as well.
Although, Alice, it is a great size, I think, for a Greek wedding, wouldn't you say?
Yes. Yes. It's almost like Goldilocks and the 3 Bears. This one is just right. So then what do we put on it? Let's have a look at what not to do before we talk about what to do, what to do. Now, this plate here, tell me what you think might be... I'm going to show you the wrong ones first. What do you think might be wrong with that plate? Dom?
Doesn't have any sausages?
Yes.
Definitely doesn't have any sausages. Very close. Lucia?
Too squished up, like maybe spread everything out.
Yeah, well, this one could be close together. What else do you think they have in common, those ingredients?
Just the colour's a little bland, isn't it? You know, I'm just not feeling, I'm not drawn in there with the eye, and you've got to eat with your eyes, so I'm not feeling hungry, Alice. What, Dom, do you agree?
Yeah.
Very true. And of course, we do eat with our eyes, and I like to say eating the rainbow is not only appetising, it's also really good for us because all different coloured fresh fruits and vegetables have lovely nutritious benefits too. So we'll move this one away. Now, this one, I want you to look at the shape of everything and tell me, what do you think is wrong with that one?
All round.
All round, and these are all round, yep.
It's not that much as well. It's like not that much to eat.
Yes, very true.
Are you trying
Dom.
to starve us, Alice?
What is this, a lunch for ants?
Yes.
Let's move this aside. What about this one? Let's think about textures for that one.
Yeah, too textured.
Yeah, all the same texture, right? Yeah. You could say it's 3 textured. It's the same texture for all 3 types. So we can move this one right aside as well, right,
I'd still
Dom?
eat that though, Dom, because it's got nice colours and stuff. It'd still be a good meal, I think.
I sort of like chewing stuff more, like...
Chewing is very important, I agree. So now we want different textures, we want different colours, and we want different sizes and shapes as well.
Crunchy. Okay, I'm sorry.
We're going to save this one for Ron. I want you to see what we do with it. Now, let's bring over a plate that's almost right. Have a look at this one. What do you think? What do you think about that plate?
I'm not sure.
I think good colours, but there's not enough meat.
Very true, Dom.
Nice,
Excellent.
Dom.
And if you wanted to chef it up, things always look better in odd numbers. So here we've got 2 meatballs, some mash and some beans.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm not sure if that's an odd number, Alice,
Let's
but
just
I'll
go
take
with,
your word for
let's
it.
go with a little bit odd and add this meatball. See how visually that makes the plate happen?
Yeah.
Lovely.
Lucy, can we add 2 more in there? I just feel like 5 would be more meaty.
Why not? Meat it up.
Meat it up. There we go.
Brilliant.
How's that looking?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better.
That's
Dom.
looking good. And of course, if you were a vegetarian, you could put falafel balls instead, or whatever choice you have, but always think about odd numbers. So we can pop this one aside. Now, one way that we plate when we're thinking about different shapes and colours is, what do you think this one's called?
Fancy.
Fancy, a little bit fancy. What do you think, Dom?
It looks like a dessert.
It could be a dessert.
yeah.
Yeah, we could totally put some dessert ingredients in there. This one won't dessert you at dinner time though, because it is an entree tower. Now,
It looks a bit like a breakfast thing. There's something you'd have for brekkie too.
you could definitely have this sort of, almost like a guacamole tower. I've used a cookie cutter or a cake ring to create that shape, but if you don't have that at home, what you can do is you can get a grown-up to help you cut the outside of a cup and use that as the ring. And the other thing that helps do, what do you think?
Help stabilise.
Help stabilise and creates a lovely tower, like a Jenga tower, I suppose, of shapes and colours.
Quick question, Alice, though. That is all the one shape. Is that a bad thing?
Well, that's why we break that up with the roughness of the cheese on top, and of course we create that little bit of the basil situation there as well, and we drizzle with oil, and that way you've almost got the traditional clock face design which chefs would use. So you've got 12 o'clock there. Check it out. What do you think, Lucia? That looks like about 7 o'clock on that oil.
Yeah.
So it takes the eye around and says, it's crunch time or munch time. Now, the final one that I want to show you, this is a very modern way to plate. You've got all those things that you were talking about. Lucia, does that look delicious?
Yeah.
Would you eat that for dinner?
Yeah.
What about you, Dom?
Yeah, it looks
Not
pretty
enough
good.
sausages, but you'll still have it? Yeah. Now, I want you to add some height to this one as well. Height, texture, colour, by popping some of these fresh chopped parsley and a little bit of lemon for acidity.
Oh,
Lovely.
that's
And then,
And
yes. Gorgeous. Lucia, do you want to add a little bit more
You
green?
get more of a natural design the higher up you go as well.
You know, and chefs do that. So in the kitchen, what they would do is they'd use the height to create an organic sort of as the things fall on the plate. Now what we're going to do, because we've learnt all we can about plating, is we're going to plate up ourselves. What do you think? Maybe, should we use that dinner plate?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to give you these elements to put this together, and you've got 40 seconds on the clock. Does that sound like enough time? You can add all these loose elements. That one's a little bit looser than the others.
A bit more
And-
texture there.
Yeah, it's a bit more texture.
Very soft.
Let's put this in the middle, and I'm going to let you guys go
we
with
have
some
some
spoons
chops as well? I think we need
over
chops,
here.
yeah.
Spoons, forks, chops. Your time starts now. Start plating up. Gorgeous. Tell you what, this takes me back.
Some mashed
I wouldn't
potato.
mind a little bit of a smear. So,
Yeah.
Lucia, what are you doing there?
Let's make a tower.
How important is this to you? What are the pressure points of this dish? Oh, there we go. We're creating a little tower in the middle. I love that. That's good. Colour, shape, texture. Less than 20 seconds. Oh, it's almost time to judge. Look at that tower. It's perfect. A little bit of chicken on top. You
An odd
guys,
number,
what
odd
a
number.
dinner.
We need one more. It's an even
Odd
number. Quick.
Less than 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Step away from the bench. You guys, what do you think about that?
Beautiful.
It looks beautiful. Just good enough for us to share. And you know what? We're going to eat all of this, clean it up, and see you after the break. Yum!
That looks
Get in
really
there.
nice.
Delicious.
Great job.
Great work.